I thought Sarah was the one. We'd been together for 5 years, building what I believed was a life together. We had a cozy apartment, a shared love for bad sci-fi movies, and a dog named Buster who was more our child than a pet. Our friends called us the old married couple, and I was actually planning to make that a reality. I had the ring, a beautiful vintage piece I knew she'd love, tucked away in my sock drawer, waiting for the perfect moment. That perfect moment never came. Instead, what came was a slow, creeping suspicion that something was wrong. It started with small things. She'd guard her phone like it held state secrets. Late nights at work became more frequent, but the next morning, she couldn't recall any details about the big project she was supposedly working on. She became distant, our easy laughter replaced by a tense silence that filled every room. I tried talking to her. "Is everything okay, Sarah? You seem stressed?" She'd just brush it off. "Just work, babe." It's been crazy. I wanted to believe her, I really did. But my gut was screaming at me. One evening, I came home early, planning to surprise her with her favorite takeout. I found the apartment empty, which was odd. Her location on our shared app showed she was at a bar downtown, a place we never went to. I called her. She answered, her voice a little too cheerful, saying she was stuck in a late meeting. That was the moment the floor fell out from under me. The lie was so blatant, so careless. I didn't confront her. Instead, a cold, hard resolve settled in my chest. If she was going to lie, I wanted to know the whole truth. The next day, feeling like the villain in my own life story, I did something I never thought I'd do. I installed a recovery app on our shared tablet, one that could access deleted messages. I felt sick doing it, but I had to know. What I found shattered me. It wasn't just one person. It was a man from her office, Mark. The messages went back months, flirtatious texts that turned into secret lunch dates, which then escalated into hotel bookings. They weren't just late meetings. They were entire afternoons spent in another man's arms. I read about how she found our life boring, how I was too predictable, how Mark made her feel alive. Each word was a fresh stab in the heart. The woman I loved, the one I was about to propose to, was living a double life. For a week, I was a ghost. I went to work, walked Buster, and even sat through dinners with Sarah, all while this poison was coursing through my veins. She'd smile at me, ask about my day, and I'd smile back, feeling like a complete fraud. The anger was a physical thing, a hot coil in my stomach. But beneath the anger was a profound sadness. The future I had envisioned was a lie. Then the anger started to morph into something else. Revenge is a dish best served cold, they say. My plan wasn't about yelling or breaking things. It was about exposing the truth in a way she could never escape. Sarah's 30th birthday was coming up. She was planning a huge party, inviting all our friends and her family. She'd been talking about it for months, excitedly showing me decorations and planning the menu. She even asked me to prepare a toast, a speech about our amazing journey together. Oh, I'd prepare a speech, all right. I started collecting evidence. I screenshotted every single message. I found receipts for hotels buried in her email trash folder. I even managed to get a photo. One day I coincidentally had a lunch meeting near the restaurant they frequented. I sat in a cafe across the street and waited. Sure enough, they arrived together, laughing and holding hands. I snapped a picture, clear as day. The evidence was irrefutable. The day of the party arrived. Our apartment was filled with people. Her parents were there, beaming with pride. Her friends who had watched our relationship grow were all there to celebrate her. Sarah looked beautiful, floating around the room, the perfect hostess, completely unaware of the storm that was about to break. The moment came for the toasts. Her dad went first, saying how proud he was and how happy he was that she'd have found a great guy like me. I could feel my blood run cold. Then it was my turn. Sarah gave me a loving smile as I stood up, holding my champagne glass. To Sarah, I began, my voice steady. Everyone raised their glasses. Everyone here knows how much Sarah means to me. For 5 years, she's been my world. I looked directly at her. Her smile was starting to falter, sensing a shift in my tone. She's taught me so much, I continued, my voice getting louder. She taught me about love, about partnership, and most recently, she taught me about the importance of honesty and transparency in a relationship. In fact, her commitment to transparency is so strong, she shares everything. and even her time, her affection, and her hotel rooms. A confused murmur went through the crowd. Sarah's face had gone pale. "You see," I said, pulling out my phone and connecting it to the large smart TV we had set up for a photo slideshow. "Sarah's been working on a very demanding side project named Mark." And then I started the slideshow. The first image was a screenshot of a message. "Can't wait to see you. I'm so tired of pretending at home," the crowd gasped. Sarah looked like she was going to be sick. Her mother's hand flew to her mouth. I clicked to the next slide. A hotel receipt? Then another. Then more messages, each one more incriminating than the last. "He has no idea," one read. "Last night was amazing," said another. I was narrating the whole time, my voice devoid of emotion. "Here's a message from 2 weeks ago, planning their little getaway." And this one, from just last Tuesday, while she was supposedly at a yoga retreat. The room was dead silent, except for the clicks of the slideshow. Sarah was frozen, tears streaming down her face. Her father was staring at her, his expression a mixture of fury and heartbreak. Mark, who was also at the party with his unsuspecting wife, looked like he wanted the ground to swallow him whole. The final image was the photo I had taken. Sarah and Mark holding hands, smiling into each other's eyes outside the restaurant. I let it hang there for a moment. "So I'd like to propose a toast," I said, raising my glass again, my voice dripping with ice. "To Sarah, who ended our love with her cheating, and to the truth, which ends her lies, right here, right now. Happy birthday, Sarah. Our relationship is over. By the way, you have 24 hours to pack your things and get out of my apartment." I put my glass down, turned around, and walked through the stunned crowd. I grabbed Buster's leash, clipped it onto his collar, and we walked out the door. Leaving the wreckage of her party and her lies behind us, I didn't look back. Walking away that night was the hardest and easiest thing I've ever done. It was the end of a chapter, a painful one, but it was also the beginning of my healing. The revenge wasn't sweet, but it was necessary. It was the only way to reclaim my own truth. And as Buster and I walked into the quiet of the night, for the first time in months, I felt like I could finally breathe again. Thanks for watching my story. It's been a long road, but sharing it is part of the healing. If you've been through something similar, know that you're not alone, and it does get better. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more stories. See you next time.